What is happening, guys? It's been 5 months since I uploaded on this channel, and yeah, so obviously you guys are probably wondering what happened to me. So basically I decided to call time on this channel back last year, just because I started a rugby YouTube channel, obviously, and I mean, it really kicked off. It started doing really well. Obviously, the Rugby World Cup was last year, and the channel just grew up and up and up, and I'm now on 2,500 subs on that channel. And I was really proud of it. It takes a lot of time for me to make videos on that channel, and obviously it does so much better. So I just decided to call it quits last year on this channel. But one thing I didn't talk about, which, as you guys know, I used to do ghost paranormal videos. And basically, one of the main things as well why I stopped the YouTube videos on this channel last year was weird things started happening. So as you guys know, I used to have on my phone, this is a completely different phone, which I'll have to explain to you in a minute why I changed it. But I had an app on my phone which basically did static signals, and it used to pick up like ghost voices, paranormal stuff in general. And it was all going fine, and then I noticed then towards the end of last year, so probably around September time, things started getting kind of weird with my phone. It was texting. I remember I was in work one day, and I was working late till, well, I think it was about half an hour late than usual. So I just carried on working, and somehow my phone managed to text my family and stuff, saying like help, and just having a full-blown conversation. You're probably looking at me like that's not true, and I understand if you don't believe me, but honest to God, that was the weirdest ever thing to happen. So that was going on, and then I just thought, you know what, there's no way. I just kind of brushed it off, as you would do. And then it managed to also, another time then, in my pocket, it managed to unlock itself. Bear in mind, this phone had a password on it. Literally, you would have to enter my passcode into that phone to unlock it. And then somehow it was managing to get internet access and upload things on Facebook without me knowing. And that really started to creep me out as well. But that wasn't the thing that finished it with the ghost videos. There was things starting to happen in my room as well in here. It hasn't happened since I stopped. But things like behind me, as you can see, there's like shelves and stuff, and I used to have figures and all up there. It is still figures at the top shelf. I'll show you guys that, as you can see up there. And somehow these figures up there managed to throw themselves off, and they somehow managed to land over here, which is literally almost highly impossible. And I'd be in bed at night and I would hear the figure fall, and I'd just play it down. I'd be like, oh, it's just fallen, so anything could have caused that. And I'd wake up in the morning and it'd be by the door over there. Doesn't make any sense. I know, you're probably thinking I'm a right weirdo. So that is another thing that made me stop doing the ghost videos. Things weird, just in general, weird things was happening in my room. My phone was going weird as well. It was literally texting people, going hectic all the time. Luckily, I never bought anything by itself. And then I started like realizing it was a pattern. Like, these things were only ever happening when I was thinking about it, or when I was doing something to kind of like cause these things to happen, if that makes sense. So last year, as you guys may have seen, I did a video on a beach, and the quality wasn't that great because you couldn't really see what was happening. But the noises I heard on that beach was terrifying. Literally, there was one area I walked away by myself in the dark. I started getting chest pains, and I couldn't explain what was going on. And literally, it got to the point where I started to think that I'm the one causing this. I'm making it worse for myself, and I just decided to pull the plug before it got worse. I mean, sending texts, your phone unlocking itself, doing its own thing, things falling off in my room. My room started going quite weird, actually. It was a really horrible feeling every now and again in here, when I'd be lying in bed at night and you could feel like something was watching you. So that was another thing that stopped me from doing it, and in general, I just didn't want to be messing around with it anymore, because I felt like you're kind of, I don't know, you're just you're doing something that you don't know what's going to happen. That's the only way to explain it. And as you guys know, in the videos that I was doing, the paranormal videos that being, I was picking up some good results. I was getting proper noises coming through, things were actually happening, and it didn't scare me, don't get me wrong, I wasn't scared of what was happening. I just felt like it's something, it started getting too extreme, if that makes sense, for me to carry on doing it. And that in general wasn't something I wanted to keep doing. I mean, when things start falling in your room and your phone's texting people without you sending those texts, I think it's enough to put anybody off doing the ghost stuff. So I pulled the plug on that, and then I just felt like that was the main content stuff I enjoyed doing, but I just didn't want to mess around with it anymore. And that being obviously the rugby channel that I had grew up so big, so I just decided just to make a highlights video, and that was the last ever video on this channel until now. So I was actually thinking today, I wasn't actually planning on doing a video at all, but obviously with this lockdown and stuff, I started thinking like, my holiday's been cancelled this year, and literally nobody's going to get to do anything, and I was thinking like, maybe it's a good time to start doing exploring videos again. Maybe. I don't know whether I will or not, but if this video does well enough, if it goes over 100 views, then I may consider doing it. But I always felt like this channel was just, it wasn't dead, but it was just, it didn't get the attention that I wanted it to get. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate everybody watching the videos that I do, but when you have over 1,000 subs and you're getting like under 100 views, it's just not a good sign. And I kept doing it as much as I possibly could, and I just wasn't getting the views. So, like I said, if this video does well, I may consider coming back to doing exploring videos, going off hiking and going seeing like abandoned places. But if it doesn't, then I don't know, this may be the last ever video on this channel. So if this video manages to get, I think 25 likes will be a good start. So if we can get 25 likes on this video, then I will consider coming back and doing some exploring videos for you guys. It won't be every week, because I'm obviously tied down with my rugby channel, but I may do it like, say, 3 videos a month or something like that. So it'll balance out to be like 3 weeks a month or something like that. So yeah, 25 likes, and yeah, otherwise this is my last ever video. Thank you as always for all the support that you've all given me throughout the years. I'm sorry it ended so quickly. And yeah, maybe I'll see you soon, maybe I won't, but yeah, thanks for watching, guys.